These can be the 7 ways through which every sinner is led to conversion. Dear brothers and sisters, today we celebrate the feast of conversion of Saint Paul. Though the conversion of Saint Paul took place almost 2000 years back, it is still relevant to us and also profitable for us. A famous Dominican preacher of 14th century, Saint Vincent Ferrer, beautifully narrates 7 ways in which Saint Paul is converted. The first mode is the divine illumination. Saint Paul is enlightened by Jesus on the way to Damascus. The sins blind the person, and the blind sinner does not see the danger in which he or she is. Zephaniah 1:17 says, "They shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord." Therefore, the divine light is necessary to illuminate the mind of the sinner. When the divine light illuminated Paul's conscience, he recognized his sins, because the natural light of his intellect and also the light acquired through knowledge was not enough to show the depth of his sinfulness, but the divine light was necessary. The second way is personal humility. The proud and pompous inflated Paul is humbled by God. He loses everything that were precious to him. Psalm 83 verse 16 says, "Fill their faces with shame, and they shall seek your name, O Lord." Paul, who went about filled with fury and power, is put down and humbled. From the ground, Paul asks Jesus, "Who are you, Lord?" The third way is fraternal correction. God sends someone, even in our lives, a friend, a companion, parent, or neighbor, gently correct us, saying, "This is for your own good," or "Come back to Jesus." In this way, many are converted to Christ. Matthew 18:15 says, "If your brother shall offend against you, go and rebuke him between you and him alone. If he shall hear you, you shall gain your brother." Jesus corrects Paul, saying, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" Moreover, he sends a companion, Ananias, to lead him on the right way. The fourth is the judicial exposure. When Jesus asks, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" it makes him realize the depth of his sinfulness. Psalm 9:16 says, "The Lord shall be known when he executes judgments. The sinner has been caught in the works of his own hands." When Jesus asks, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" he is confronted with the truth. The fifth is doctrinal instruction. In his conversion, Jesus tells Paul, "Get up and enter the city, and you will be told what you are to do." Meanwhile, Jesus prepares a worthy disciple, Ananias, to instruct and lead Paul in the right way. The fruit of those instructions were the baptism which Paul received. The sixth way is the example of virtue. When one sees that someone lives a good and holy life, even if it is not told by preaching, but just by the example of such a one, many are converted. Symbolic reading of the verse 8 will make us realize that this mode was shown to Paul, which says, "They led him by the hands and brought him into Damascus." Hands signify works, and lead him by the hands may imply that the example of good deeds of Ananias and others, and he is drawn to God. The seventh manner is voluntary penance. Luke narrates in verse 9, "For 3 days he was without sight, and neither ate nor drank." Indeed, it was a penitential affliction for Paul. These are the 7 ways, my dear brothers and sisters, through which St. Paul converted. And indeed, these can be the 7 ways through which every sinner is led to conversion, and hence he or she enjoys the fruits of salvation. This is why the church celebrates the feast of the conversion of St. Paul, because not only was it miraculous, but also profitable for sinners.